Testing. Can you hear me? I think you can. Good. That was my next question. If you could see the integration thing. Thank you. Does it look self-explanatory? I don't see it on my side, so. Cool. We'll display your region, wealth, and scheme when the game begins. I like this Renaissance music, but I need it to be just a little quieter. Hey, Nick. Satno mentioned that she saw a thing on her screen for the Twitch integration. I don't see it, so I'm kind of blind on my end. Hopefully it's something pretty simple. Click the things, Shiara. Okay. I'm guessing once I start the game, things are just going to start popping up. That's the way it's been like with past games that had some sort of integration. I looked at this stuff briefly. There's just like kind of, I don't know. These are the different regions. I don't know how a lot of that comes in. You can kind of customize your character. It could be this. We had the guy, the chalice. He's got a nice feather. I'll go with that. We could do a shield. That's about all I've seen so far. So you guys are caught up. You know everything I know. So, new dynasty. Okay, you can, let's play on Twitch. I guess if the Twitch doesn't work, we have this other option. Yeah, I still actually, Mel, I still see you as the old microbe, and I restarted mine recently also. Because I'm still getting that weird thing where like half the people in chat, like not you and Nat because you have short names, but everybody else is just like their first letter ... And it's even true like in the settings. Like if you go to settings and appearance where it gives you that preview, even there, which makes no sense to me. And it persisted after restarting Discord, so it's like, well, I guess this is my life now. All right, our Twitch extension shows players. Yeah, so I've already done this part. Choose 3 regions. Do we have favorite colors? I know people here like purple. I like yellow. We'll go blue. I think Knack likes blue. We'll get the middle colors. Declan did say I was yellow, so I need to get that one in there. Okay, your nobles may now join via Twitch chat with the bang join command followed by your pronoun. So put whatever pronoun you want to be, you want to have, and players can join mid game. Good to know. And their wealth and region are saved in continued games. Hey, David 3Pop. Okay, so it looks like we actually have a pretty good mix there. We just started, so you came at the right time. Are we missing anybody? Anybody still need to join who's with us? I think that's everyone. Well, it said people could join mid-game, so... Alright, acquire an heir to complete your ambition to win. First reign will... I'm getting very Crusader Kings kind of vibes here. Keep an eye on the region schemes. If they pass all their stages, they'll win the game. That's you guys. Be careful of the region's defiance stat. If it gets too high, the regions may rebel against you. Conspiracy. Nobles winning. To win, pass all 3 stages of your scheme. Each stage requires you to get stats to certain levels, which are affected in votes. How you vote is up to you. For your region scheme to stop other schemes or for the good of the kingdom. If your defiance stat is high enough, you can rebel. This just pauses your scheme and is risky, especially if you have low military. Alright, each season will get 3 events to play. Click on each one to get started. Spring of 948, authority, treasury, stability, trade, farming, military, faith, defiance. All right, I guess these are my events here. We'll do a council introduction. That seems like a good one to start with. This is your monarch, the streamer's character. They'll appear in most stories, but not all. Hey, Noah. These are the kingdom's stats. If any of them are at 0 at the start of a season, the game will end. These are the region's stats determine which events are generated, okay? If defiance is higher than both authority and stability, a region can trigger a rebellion. This will pause their scheme and is risky if military is low. You can scroll through the full list of nobles and their wealth here. Alright, now that I am king, my first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. Alright, I'll start with the Chiefs of the North. That's, does it say? Oh, I wish oh, here we go. I'll introduce myself to Kinji and Nak. Hello, Kinji and Nak. Good luck in the days ahead, your greatness. You'll need it, dealing with us a lot. There's Chief Snapdragon there. And Countess Dizzy Pixie. An honor to finally make your acquaintance. May you escape the doom that befell your predecessor. Jeez, what happened? And Grandee Meladube. May the 9th God bless your reign. Your Majesty, I trust you will conduct yourself with honor and faith. And with that, the introductions are done. Yes. Council hall immediately fills with raised voices as the nobles argue with each other and demand your favor. You sigh and sit back. Is this what the council is like? No wonder your father told you to avoid the throne at all costs. Alright, let's try the coronation. Your Majesty, I've scheduled your coronation to take place in a week's time. Why the hurry? To delay any longer would make you guys restless. And when you guys get restless, you take your daggers and look for the nearest back. That's the Chancellor speaking, not me. Seems kind of rude. Maybe stab him, not me, please. Alright, what must I do? As is tradition, the council will decide what happens at your coronation. Alright, of course. Shall we call the nobles in? Certain choices will change stats. Some choices that do so will indicate this change here. Not all choices that change stats have these indicators, and they do not show the region affected. Not all... Okay. Alright, these are the upcoming choices your nobles will vote on. Each of these may change stats in some way. The monarch can change how a vote is run with a law. You may use one law per vote. Try using your veto on one option you dislike. When the vote opens, okay, this is important. You guys will vote using the command bang vote followed by the choice letter, so A, B, C, or whatever. The monarch may close the vote at any time after all the nobles have voted or the timer hits 0. All right. So we can, let's see, the choices are A, host a lavish parade with jugglers and fountains of wine. Let's see, that looks like hits the treasury and stability. We have proceed with a religious ceremony that honors the 9th god. C, throw the king into the river. Please don't choose that. Or D, outdated traditions. There's no need for a coronation at all. So I'm gonna try my veto. Let's not throw me in the river. The monarch marks their preferred option, and this gets 1 extra vote. So I get a vote. Okay. Oh, or I can veto. It's like a choice, I guess. Oh no, it says available. Oh, currently selected, so maybe I'd have to unselect it. That's alright. I'll leave the rest of it. No throwing me in the river. Alright, we're saying no tradition at all. Or no coronation at all. Outdated traditions. I can hover over names. Oh yeah, look at that. There's Satnam. There's David. There's Nak. Did you guys pick these portraits, or is this randomly generated for all of you? Random? Okay. Gotcha. Alright, well, looks like we're going to be skipping the coronation, which is fine by me. The four nobles voted for skipping it. Alright, this shows which stat has been changed and how much by. It is decided there will be no coronation. Authority is now dubious. I don't know why my authority is dubious. It's because I didn't have a coronation. Would have been a waste of time and money anyway. It is a pretty good mustache that you had there. The lack of a coronation bewilders the common folk, most of whom won't see your name or face until the new coins are minted. All right, heir and ambition. The monarch must acquire an heir and complete their ambition to win the game. A spouse is useful, but not necessary. To complete your ambition before a scheme or rebellion usurps you, or before you lose all authority, treasure, or stability. All right. So I got to do that before you usurp my reign. Your Majesty, the first few years of your reign are the most difficult. This is my spy master. You're new and unproven. The nobles of the council will scheme against you, hoping to kick you off the throne and put their own puppet claimant in your place. Come on, you guys are siding with claimant over me? How can I stop them? I have to secure an heir. How do I hope to be remembered? As a conqueror? As the greatest king who ever lived? As the architect of a new golden age? As a peacekeeper? As the father of the nation? Or as a saint? I think a golden age sounds cool. A lofty goal indeed. Alright, now that you've played all events, advance the game by clicking End Season. Alright, each region will now vote for one of 3 randomly selected schemes. Schemes are made up of 3 stages with specific stat requirements. Passing all 3 scheme stages places the region's claimant on the throne, winning the game. Alright, David Dmitri of the David III Pop Dynasty, well-known political fixer, leans delicately on the podium, sighing. My fellow counts, in ancient times, the East was its own proud kingdom. We can bring back those days of glory, but not while the false King Jahandar wears the crown. All right, what scheme should the counts pursue to overthrow the new king and place their preferred claimant, Dmitri, on the throne? I don't know if this is just for the purple team to decide, or if the rest of you also get to decide. Hey, Devin. Voting is closed. So I'm guessing it was just for the purple team. Oh no, or maybe it just didn't show me the votes, because... Yeah, it looks like somebody did vote. But it looked like I saw 000, so... goal, lowest defiance. Doppelganger. Oh, voted. Okay, I missed that then. The counts plan to swap the real king for a perfect doppelganger. First, they must gain the trust of the spy master. To advance their scheme, the counts must be the region with the lowest defiance in 2 seasons. Alright, time for Team Yellow. This is going to be Satinel and Mel. Balthasar of the Satinel lineage, infamous southern elder, stands bathed in sunshine, ranting in a fury. A false pretender occupies the throne while my claim is ignored. Grandees of the South, this is a stain on our honor. We must not allow it to go unanswered. Alright, which scheme should the Grandees pursue to overthrow me and place your preferred claimant, Balthasar, on the throne? Should you have a witch hunt? Should you use fervor or excommunication? Can I switch to the stats? Yeah, I may not be able to do that during a vote. All right, looks like 2 votes, so both of you have voted. For the witch hunt! I need to click that. Okay. What scheme should the Grandees pursue? A witch hunt. There's all sorts of heresy in the capital, and the Grandees intend to expose it. First, they must ensure the South is beyond reproach. To advance their scheme, you yellow people need to be the region with the highest faith in 3 seasons. So I guess that's your goal here. I don't have... Is that for you guys? Are you talking about switching to see the stats with the back button? Oh, here. Okay. I was blind, but now I see. All right. Valeda of the Noah 3AA5 clan, charismatic political mastermind, stands precariously on longhouse crossbeam, spitting as they speak. Chiefs of the North, we all know I should be on the throne, not this imposter King Jahandar. How do we make that happen? Alright, are you guys going to use Intimidation, Ragnarok, or Hornblower? Ragnarok is a pretty compelling choice. The only other one that I thought might be cool was Hornblower, because that would put you directly in opposition to Yellow Team, which I don't know, that could be cool. At least story-wise. What scheme should the chief pursue? Ragnarok. Maybe I represent the loyalists. I don't know. You probably know more than I do. The chiefs plan to make an alliance with the ice giants to take over the kingdom. First, they must not be weak, or the giants won't take their proposals seriously. So advance your scheme. You blue team must raise your military to 5 or more in 4 seasons. All right, here you can review the region's schemes and their claimants. When you have an heir, they will appear on the right of this page, which I do not. If your reign ends abruptly, the nobles will vote for the next monarch. This vote is between the 2 regions with the highest combined stats and your heir if you have one. Vote is between 2 regions. The 2 regions with the high... Okay. All right. So, remember your goals, teams. That's probably going to affect how you're going to want to vote. Your Majesty, these upstarts are saying they have a right to your throne. No doubt the nobles are already scheming to crown their region's preferred claimant. All right, let's continue the laws of the land. Let's adopt a law. We can adopt a new law that alters how voting is run. You'll be able to adopt more once a year at the end of winter. You can only adopt 1 new law at a time and have a maximum of 3 laws to use. All right, so my choices are monarch can mark their preferred voting option. If chosen, they gain +1 authority, or +1 stability if more than 50% of nobles vote for any one option, or the timer is set to 15 seconds and the vote will automatically close once the timer is over. I don't know why I'd want that. Maybe if you have lots of people, I'm not sure. So, my goal was to become was for trade. So, I think I'm going to try this one. Alright, so we got some new things on the map. Honor Guard, a contentious sale, or Saint or Sinner. I'll start with my Honor Guard. Now that you are king, you need personal protection. Why, I could plunge my sword into your heart right now, could I not? Pah! I'd like to see you try. Is it your imagination, or does your marshal stifle a wry chuckle? In any case, she quickly hides it. Alright, so we need an honor guard. What are my options? Each region offers a selection of elite guards. The chiefs with their famous warrior heroes, the counts with their knights of the Order of the Drowned Rose, and the grandees offer the fiercest battle nuns from the Sisterhood of Steel. That sounds pretty badass. Think carefully, Your Majesty. These guards' loyalties will be divided between you and their region. Of course, you could just hire foreign mercenaries. They'll be loyal to coin above all. Tell me about these battle nuns. Terrifying warriors, and they sworn a vow of silence. So at least they won't spill state secrets. But their faith and loyalty is to the church above all, even your safety. Ooh, that's ominous. Alright, tell me about the Eastern Knights. The Order of the Drowned Rose are highly respectable. They understand palace etiquette, but it's been years since they fought an actual battle. They mostly write poems these days. Is the east, we got north must, so the east must be purple. Yeah, okay. Tell me about the north. The bearded oafs with axes and no manners. They'll get drunk and cause trouble in the palace. No discipline at all, and I can't guarantee they won't run off on some random quest, but they're honorable and in a fight, unbeatable. Alright, or I could do foreign mercenaries. A band of fearsome fighters from the Tatterlands called the Battle-Bitten Brethren. It's a good name. They specialize in bodyguard work, but they're costly, and hiring foreigners will betray a lack of confidence in our kingdom's fighters. Alright, so I gotta try some drunken dwarfs. But it did say they're honorable, so that's a point in their favor. I could try a bunch of poets who don't fight anymore. It's not looking good for you, purple. Or I could try some battle nuns who probably have it out for me. Let's not dance around it. Even though it sounds absolutely badass, and I'd be like, wow, that's cool, as they're sticking the knife through my heart. But they won't betray you. The other two were... yeah, purple has the lowest defiance in 2 seasons. That's their goal. That's a compelling thing. Although if I hire the dwarves, does that mean it makes it harder for them to raise their military? Like if all their military is working for me? Yeah. All right. I think I'm gonna go with the poets. All right, North. Defiance is now aloof. The South. Defiance is now aloof. Defiance is now loyal. The knights arrive a few weeks later. They're all extremely pale and extremely polite. The commander introduces herself with a florid bow and before reading out a poem she's written for the occasion. Oh, I wanted to hear the poem. David, what's the poem? All right, let's go down to this. Yeah, I'll assume it was a haiku. Let's go down south to Melon Satino land and see what they've got going on. All I'm saying is every grandee claims to have a saint in her ancestry. Your great-great-grandfather was probably a common dullard. Shut your mouth, you hedge-born puzzle-wit! His name was Saint Umber, and he defeated the werewolf of Aranjar by turning it into dust in an instant, according to my grandmother. If you're so sure, how about a little wager? A bag of gold says your ancestor was no saint. You're wrong, says Mel. What's all this? Please don't break out into a duel. His pasty complexion can't handle it. Or not another petty dispute. Seriously, you don't want to get a fight with a battle nun. Count Devanay Sweeting is spreading damnable lies about my great-great-grandfather. If you really think he was a saint, then dig him up. Saints are incorruptible, even after death. They don't decay. Mel says, very well. I request the council's permission to exhume my ancestor and prove this fool wrong. Challenges. Some choices have certain outcomes called challenges. These can either be random or based on a stat. The percentage shows the chance of success. All right, so the choice is grant permission for the body to be exhumed. No, dead people should stay underground. Or C, ask the archbishop to check the church records instead. All right, I don't think I'm going to veto an option here. And I'm not going to vote either. I'll open the voting. Should Grandee Melanoob be allowed to dig up her ancestor? No, I think the stability was a passive that I get if 50%. So I didn't have to actually click it. I tried to click it and nothing happened. Yeah, right here, 50% stability. Wait, is that may be something different though. All right. Looks like the voting is closed. Ask the archbishop to check church records instead. Church records can be muddled, Your Majesty, especially after times of turmoil, but I'll do my best to check. Saint Umber, Mel says. Surely you have a history of him somewhere. If few days later, he emerges from his personal library, blinking in the light. I'm sorry, I can't find any recorded history of a saint named Umber. Stability challenge failed. No, check again, by all that is holy. Ha, I was right. I think you owe me an apology. By the 9th, I was so sure. Fine, take your money. All right, Grandee Melanu's wealth has decreased. She looks like she gave 300 gold to the east. It really is on Mel's grandmother telling tales out of school. Word quickly spreads of Grandee Melanu's humiliation, and faith in the church weakens. How many more saints will be revealed as falsehoods? All right. Hey, Lady Frostiron. Alright, we're talking to Knack now. Your Majesty, this is an outrage. Grandee Jack-Ack is trying to steal my bear from under my nose. Don't steal Knack's bear. Come on, Jack-Ack. Jack-Ack, what do you have to say for yourself? This is a player who has bought King of the Kingdoms. They could set their customizations and get access to special outfits and appear more often in storylines. It's not his bear. I was about to buy this beast from an adventurer in the Tatterlands when Chief the Knack Attack turned up, shouting and raving about Skuranorn. Tell me more about Knack's bear. Oh, she's a magnificent specimen. She'd be a great addition to my menagerie. And who is Skuranorn? The northern goddess of medicine and knowledge. The bear wears her mark upon her brow, clear as day. Alright, suppose this is a matter for the council. Mark my words, if this bear is not brought to the north where she belongs, there'll be trouble. Alright, what should be done with Knack's bear? If it's sacred, Knack should have the bear. Or, finders keepers, Grandee Jack-Ack can have the bear. Or, encourage a bidding war between the two nobles. Let's see. Oh, I did have to click. I had to click up this to this part. Well, live and learn. I'd clicked like down here, and I thought it was didn't do anything, so I thought it was just like a passive. All right. Well, in order to, I can only select one. Yeah. Okay. Otherwise, I was going to combine it with a veto. Then I could ensure it's 50%, right? All right, we're going to start the vote. Good. Pretty close. I don't know what it says in the event of a tie. I guess we're about to find out. Okay, do I get to be the tiebreaker? Okay. Well, you know what? I'm not going to be the one to stand between Knack and his bear, so... The chiefs gratefully purchased the bear for an extortionate amount from the Tatterlands adventurer who can't believe their luck. Alright, so Knack bought the bear for about 250 gold. Defiance is now cordial. Naturally, the grandees aren't happy to have lost their potential zoo exhibit, but there's little they can do. The bear turns out to be a fearsome creature with bright white fur and intent green eyes, and she's vast. Even on all fours, she stands taller than a wagon. She's transported north slowly and carefully, sedated by special herbs and followed by a stream of worshipping villagers. Chief Nack is delighted that Skuranorn's will has been done. Enjoy your bear, Nack. All right. So it looks like we've done everything for this season. So here are the stats. Buildings. Nobles can use their wealth to bid on any building in any region, each of which affects a stat. This is done through an auction where only the 2 most funded buildings are chosen. When an auction is open, nobles can fund with the following command: Bang Fund A X, where X is personal wealth. When you're ready, hit the start auction to begin the auction. All right, so I'm guessing a lot of this you're going to want to pick based on your scheme. So the command was right here, fund, and then whatever it is, the letter for whatever you want to fund, and then how much money you want to put towards it. Looks like all your money is listed here. So I will let you guys have at it. Time's up. All right, so it looks like the buildings funded were a cathedral for Team Yellow. Biggest contributor was Satno. And a prison funded by David. All right, some new events. Let's start with the most important one, finding me a spouse. In the twisty passages of your castle, you can avoid your advisors, the nobles, and even the spy master. But there's one person you can't avoid. Your mother. Why haven't you found a spouse yet? It's been almost a year. I've been busy, Mom. You better find the time. Don't worry, I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What's your preference, men, woman? Do you not mind? Let's stick with women. Excellent. I'll send out messengers to the influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer. Alright, now we go from finding a spouse to finding a troll. Your Majesty, the Palace Watcher reporting there's a troll downstairs in the dungeon. Everybody run for your lives! Oh, don't worry, Your Highness. There's no need to panic. I'll deal with the monster before it hurts anyone. Well, let me talk to him instead. Your Majesty, I'm not sure that's wise. You stride past her and descend into the dungeons. 2 watch officers stand guard over a troll who's snoring in the middle of an empty cell. It seems to have torn a hole in a dungeon wall. I say, wake up! You gesture and shout, but the troll barely moves. Poke it. Gingerly, the officers poke the troll with their long pole axes. After a few rumbling grunts, one eye opens. What? Nice to meet you. You too. Who are you? I'm King Jahandar. Spirits, I must not have been myself last night. The king? How'd you get in here? He's exiled from his people, so he gets hungry a lot. Cities usually got good food, but some peasants saw him, chased him into the catacombs, ended up here. Alright, trying to think, should I have him fix the damage? Or should I invite him to stay? I would like to do both. Like, fix the damage and also stay. If I do this, it looks like I get 60% authority. Yeah, hopefully, let me do that, and hopefully it'll let me, it seems to keep the options. Okay, I can say this. Stay with us. Really? Why? It's nice and warm in here. Trolls like mushrooms, right? There's plenty of them down here. I can protect you from being attacked by peasants. I'm sure I could pay you to make use of your skills. I'm sure a troll has some skills, right? Oh. Alright, repair the damage. Troll sighs heavily. It sounds like a ship running aground. Yeah, I suppose I should. Over the next few hours, the troll helps patch up the hole. Meanwhile, you retreat to your bedroom for some much-needed shut-eye. It's been a very strange evening indeed. Alright, a peasant uprising. Count Dizzy Pixie. A band of peasants have staged an uprising in the east, Your Highness. In the dead of night, they stormed the castle of my good friend Count Devon A. Sweeting. He and his family are currently languishing in his own dungeons. What caused the peasants to rebel? Oh, the usual complaints. They accuse Count Devon of worshipping devils and eating children. Typical superstitious nonsense. How were they able to take the castle? Well, they bribed some of the guards. They also seem to have brand new, well-forged weapons. Pikes and swords, mostly. I have no idea where they found the money. What are their demands? They want Devon to be stripped of his assets, with his lands divided among the peasantry. Yeah, Devon, level with us. Did you worship those devils and eat those children? In return, the rabble will free him and spare his life. That's kind of forgiving for somebody who ate your children. Alright, we're going to vote. Should the council give in to the peasants' demands about dividing Devon A. Sweeting's lands? Our options are A. Send an army to siege the castle. B. Give the peasants what they want. Or C. Pretend to accept their demands and then kill them when they leave the castle. Let's see. I've never done a monarch's vote, so I'll do that. No, I'm not. I'm going to do unity again. All right, I think we got all the votes in. Looks like we're gonna send an army to siege the castle. Your army lays siege. It lasts over a month. Disease runs rampant in the besiegers' camp, causing hundreds of soldiers to die or desert. All right, for Ragnarok, or the Chiefs. Stability is now stable. For the East, military is now mediocre. But soldiers can be replaced while peasants are on their own. One afternoon, starvation finally forces the rabble to surrender. They are hanged the following dawn. All right, the East has succeeded at their military challenge. But they didn't have a military challenge. They want lowest defiance. It's you guys want military. Count Devon and his family stagger out of the castle dungeons, starved half to death but alive. The counts are pleased with the outcome, though there's still the matter of where these peasants got the money to bribe the guards. All right. That was the last for the season. Where did they get the money indeed? Far in the east, Count David is hosting a dinner party. You said you had a surprise for me? Shiara says, indeed, and here it is, behold. Your Grace, what are you doing here at such an hour? I'm sorry, I hope you didn't overhear any... Ah ha ha, quit babbling, you blowhard. This isn't the king, it's a peasant who's the king's spitting image. Aha, looks like you guys are getting your doppelganger. Blood and stars, and just in time. The spy master trusts us so much that she's not noticed any that we're fortifying the border. That means we can move to the next phase, kidnapping the king and putting this fool in his place. How do we manage that? We need the kingdom in utter chaos, bad enough that the king's abduction can slip past unnoticed. For the next stage of their scheme, the counts must lower stability to 4 or less in 4 seasons. Taxation. Here you can set different tax levels, different levels of tax or bribes for each region in your kingdom, potentially punishing some while rewarding others. Region taxes balance the needs of your treasury against defiance changes. Remember, if a region's defiance is higher than both authority or stability, they can rebel. All nobles gain wealth here, but one region gains extra wealth with a trade bonus. Regions with a higher trade stat are more likely to get a trade bonus. All right. Here I can set the tax levels. I could do a bribe. New fashion for capes profits the counts to the tune of 500 wealth. The other nobles gain 200 wealth. Let's see, what stats would I get here? Common tax, I get +1 treasury and negative 100 wealth, keeping it as it is. Do those change? Okay. Cruel tax, defiance will go up, treasury will go up, wealth will go down. Or if I do a bribe, defiance goes down. So, in that case, maybe I should raise the defiance on purple. Is that how that works? Oh, well, they've already moved past that, the need for defiance, so maybe that's not a valuable thing. They want stability. None of these things change stability. So that's not a... Yeah, but there was like in these things there was one for stability, if I remember right. But I don't see it. None of these seem to change that stat. Oh, here, right here, stability. Or maybe I send a little bit of a bribe to the dwarves. Lower their defiance, get them on my side. Do you guys like a little money? I could also bribe the battle nuns so they don't shiv me in my sleep. Dwarves. Hey, dwarves, are you digging a hole? If I can't afford to. I'm going to see how this goes. All right, eligible options. I have found 3 potential matches for you. 1 eligible young woman from the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely, you'll be securing a powerful alliance. Yes, I know. And a partner for life to have and to hold, don't forget. Or what if I don't want to marry any of them? Your mother leads you to the Great Hall, where she's arranged 3 portraits on easels. For now, each is covered by a cloth. Very dramatic. Wait, I don't even get to meet them? There's no time for sentiment. You just need a match that befits your station and suits your political needs. She whisked away the cloth from the first portrait. This is Mag, first born daughter of the Northern Snapdragon clan. Apparently she can be a little shy with strangers, but I'm sure she's wonderful when she comes out of her shell. She keeps the company of witch women and god speakers, very kinky, who have taught her mysterious secrets. She was already engaged once, but it didn't last. No one's sure why. I can see the appeal, I suppose. This is Vladena, the eldest daughter of the Eastern Davidripop dynasty. Apparently they had a hell of a time getting her to smile for this portrait. She spends most of her time with a fencing master, mastering the blade. I've heard rumor that she's training herself for some epic confrontation with an old rival. Very intriguing. I don't see what all the fuss is about personally. Very intriguing. And finally, from the south, Cardosa, the eldest daughter of Lady Frostiron's lineage. She's reputed to have an ego the size of the sun, but there's nothing wrong with confidence, right? Not bad. She's a savvy businesswoman who's had success in the spice trade. Oh, that's interesting. There are rumors she's obsessed with avenging an old slight on her family honor. I'll gain a lifelong alliance by picking one. All right. Yeah, I was thinking of picking purple because I was thinking, well, maybe some way that'll help decentivize their need to destabilize my kingdom. But my goal was for a golden age, and so having someone with business acumen may be useful as well. Well, as long as they don't want to avenge me. I didn't slight any of these ladies. I haven't even met them yet. I'm just looking at pictures. I don't know how loyal she is when you guys want to destabilize my kingdom. I got my eye on you, purple. Show me that purple again. I've had a hell of a time getting her to smile for the portrait. She spends most of the time practicing stabbing people. Show me this Cardosa again. She's got a big ego, but she's had a lot of success in the spice trade. All right, I've made my decision. Oh, here, it actually will say so it changes defiance. Darn, I was hoping it would help. So maybe I was hoping this would help with like trade or wealth or something. Just defiance, apparently. Well, I need to marry one of them because I gotta have an heir. All right, I'm going with Cardosa. It's true, I don't have to marry to have an heir, but those battle nuns may not be happy about it. Oh, Hungry Bear! Is this the return of Nax Bear? Chief Knack! Knack, tell me about your bear. He's thriving in the north, just as Skuranon would wish. I like this. I could play an entire game. That's just the adventures of Nax Bear. The God Speakers have gained visions of new herbs and medicines ever since she arrived. The gods are good. Trade is now modest. Can you share this knowledge with the rest of the kingdom? Excellent news, or time for the real questions. Is she adorable and fluffy? I mean, we gotta know, right? She's an avatar of one of our most powerful deities, Your Majesty. But yes, she's very fluffy. The only thing is that, well, she's eating a lot. Our hunters have to push into frozen waste to find enough food to go around. Grandy Jackax having second thoughts, are you? Perchance the bear would do better in a nice cozy menagerie, Alright. So, alright, we're going to take another vote about Nax Bear. Can we help? We can do A, demand that other nobles donate crops to help feed Nax Bear. Or B, import fine meats for Nax Bear. C, leave the chiefs to feed Nax Bear on their own. Or D, transfer ownership of Nax Bear to Grandy Jackak. Alright. I will start the vote. Hey everyone. Thanks for the raid from Too Slow Too Serious 919. Feel free to join in. Voting tied at 4. Alright, I'm gonna break the tie. We can either leave the chiefs to feed Nax Bear on their own, or we can transfer ownership of Nax Bear to Grandy Jackak. Let's see, if I choose the first one, 50% farming. If I choose the other one, I get lower stability and was that like up and down? I don't know exactly what that means there. Defiance. I think I will leave the chiefs to feed Nax Bear on their own. Alright, the chiefs dig into their deep stockpiles. It's not pleasant living off of fermented seal and dried fish for months on end. Sorry, Knack. As the chiefs grow hungrier, so does Nax Bear. A lot of people. How you guys doing? Your Highness, we discovered another shipment of weapons and money on its way to different group of would-be revolutionaries in the east. The chiefs are funding rebellious peasants on the lands. Wow, 5th streamer of today? Yeah, I came in this completely blind about an hour ago. It started off with just a group of some friends that are here, and some other people have came and joined us, so that's kind of cool. I didn't really realize people love this game so much to like follow streamer to streamer throughout the day. That's pretty awesome. It's a game we've been trying to get together to play for a couple months now since it came out. Just schedules and stuff didn't work out, so this was finally our chance. Let's see. We discovered another shipment of weapons and money on its way to a different group of would-be revolutionaries in the east. The chiefs are funding rebellious peasants on our lands. Lies and slander, your majesty. Oh, showing the noble list? We found a receipt proving that the weapon shipment was coming from the north. Who else could be behind this? Knack, were you sending weapons while dealing with caring for your bear? All right, set laws for voting. Oh, I can set a new law. Ooh, my treasury's too low to have a massive, far-reaching investigation. Let's see. Order the chief. All right. Order the chiefs to pay a fine to the courts. That'll change wealth and defiance. Arrest a few prominent chiefs and interrogate them. Change authority and defiance. Or can't prove anything, let the matter die. Alright. I'm going to use my veto power to say we can't choose that one. Let you guys vote. Kings are very fat and not very nutritious. I do not recommend feeding your bear a king. It just wouldn't be good for the bear, you know. It's all about the bear. That's my number one concern, really. All right, votes are in. Arrest a few prominent chiefs and interrogate them. Oh, okay, that's good to know. When people join the game, it looks at AFKs and tries to balance. So you guys may get, if you guys notice you're shifted, if you haven't been around. Okay, we send the watch to arrest the highest ranking chiefs in the kingdom. They're subjected to grueling interrogations, hoping to discover that they were involved in funding angry eastern peasants. This is an outrage! I can call upon 16 other chiefs who will all attest to my good character. A conspiracy against the counts? Why would we even bother? They're far beneath our concern. We're more concerned about our bear. Every single one maintains their innocence. In the end, you have to release them without charge. The courts are unsatisfied, and the chiefs are absolutely furious, calling you a tyrant. All right. Have a night. Too slow. Okay. End of season. In a picturesque castle overlooking the southern city of Calaville, two grandees lie back to enjoy the sun. Praise be, whispers of our plan have reached the peasants, and they are in an uproar. They call for the sins of the king to be laid bare. Satnel and Mel are scheming against me here. I already have leads on information from inside the palace that we can use against the king. It's only a matter of time. We have the highest inquisitor on our side, but we must sow dissent among the other regions. We won't succeed alone. For the next stage of their scheme, Grandees must raise other regions' defiance to a combined total of at least 8, or ensure another region begins a rebellion in 3 seasons. So, Team Yellow, that's your new goal. All right. By royal decree, we can tweak the laws governing how the council votes. We can't pass more. Okay, so we're picking another voting law here. I can mark a preferred option. Don't I already have that one? I have monarch's vote. Maybe it's a different bonus that I get on that one. I don't. Reverse voting. Nobles must vote for their least favorite option, and the option with the least votes will pass. That's interesting. Or stop the count. I think I'm going to do this one. That might make a fun twist. Choose one to replace. Oh, okay. How do I choose it? You already have the current maximum. Please choose one of the current. Okay. I have to do it while that's up, I think. It is true that this one does give me a stat, so that is one benefit from it, where I don't necessarily have a benefit from the veto. I don't want to get rid of unity. Gives you one extra vote towards it, not a stat. Unity's not going to help me? Alright, well maybe I will get rid of it. Done. This is how the nobles, they're metagaming to end my reign. Just convincing me. A royal wedding. Let's do the wedding. Your wedding to Gordosa is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. Feels like you're the only one not taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertrand's Cathedral with Cardosa at your side. Do you take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife? I changed my mind. I can't do this. Nah. Then I pronounce you king and wife. After the wedding, of course, there's a feast. And after the feast, a dance. At the feast, your new wife, Cardosa, delivers a long, rambling speech that puts everyone to sleep. All right, stability is now civil. Authority is now credible. Defiance in the north is crumbling. Defiance in the south can't go lower. And defiance in the east is now cordial. Yeah, I noticed that too. I thought it was going to be king and queen, but it was king and wife. Maybe that comes later. Maybe there's a coronation or something. By the time you find yourself alone with Cardosa, it's past midnight and you've never felt more tired. What a wonderful occasion that was. A shame that tradition demanded we marry in St. Bertrand's Cathedral. I can assure you the temples down south are much grander. I hope you're not feeling homesick. I never get homesick, actually. I can't abide people who waste time dwelling on the past. What are your thoughts on the state of the kingdom? Well, you know, the kingdom looks after itself. Cardosa immediately changes the topic to talk about something she's more interested in. The spice trade? Or herself? I spend most of my time making absolute bank, hand over fist. I'm very wealthy now, and it's all because of my hard work, other than the small loan from my parents. Oh, that's so interesting. You gently fall asleep to the sound of Cardosa droning on about herself. Alright, we could do Rampage in the north or Border Raids in the east. Start with Rampage. Oh no. Your Majesty, Knack has been eaten by the bear. Oh, poor Knack. The North just didn't have food to support the poor creature. I guess you were king in the North, so maybe it ate. That's why it ate you. Chief, the Knack attack has died. I didn't even know you could die in this. That's hilarious. But also, Knack has joined the council. So I guess we have Knack's ghost on our council. The bear is holed up in a cave deep within the mountains, Your Majesty. Chief Knack's family demands justice. Alright, we have to decide what to do with the bear that ate Knack. We can choose A, send northern warriors to slay the bear. B, leave the bear in peace. Or C, honor the late Knack in some other way. Let's see. I'll start the vote. I like the... Oh, it actually has the Knack attack too. Oh, I didn't notice that before. Was that what it was? That's hilarious. Knack the Second. Voting has closed. 7 nobles voted to honor the late Chief Knack in some other way. The treasurer sends a cash donation to Chief Knack's family, who commissions a statue of the late chief vanquishing a vast bear. There's a little bit of historic revisionism going on there, but okay. It's inaccurate but inspiring. Visitors travel from across the north and beyond to hear the increasingly wild tales of Knack's heroic death. I have used it. I used it, I think like 2 votes ago. I don't remember what the vote was, but I know I used it. The bear moves away far into the frozen waste. The chiefs are safe once more, but the peasants whisper, worried that their old gods have turned against the north. Faith is now impious. All right, border raids in the east. Your Grace, those damn chiefs are up to their old tricks. Chief Noah 3885 has been leading her warriors on raids into my lands. Nobody was hurt, but they shook down my peasants for petty coin and stole cabbages straight from my fields. That's just low. How dare you accuse me of something like that again, and it's my axe you'll answer to. Your greatness, I have no idea what Count Quaresee is talking about. Maybe he's had too much wine, eh? Alright, what are we going to do about the raiding going on here? We can A, order Chief Noah to compensate Count Quaresee for the stolen goods. B, send the spy master to investigate the claims. Or C, tell the Count to bring proof when making accusations. All right, voting is in. Tell Count Quaresee to bring proof when making accusations. Blood and stars, you want proof? Is my word as a count not enough? Clearly not. The council has spoken, jackanape. Go and cry into your silk pillows. All right, end of season. How many seasons does in 3 seasons? Is this going to be the end of or did you actually succeed? I think you actually may have succeeded. I guess we're about to find out. Yeah, we'll look at the noble list again. Poor chiefs, they need some people. They keep getting eaten by bears. Oh, it looks like 49 Stories just joined. Is it going to put him in Team Blue? Oh, no, it put him on yellow. Maybe that was before. I can't move people, can I? Not that it matters. I mean, they'd be even. Or that he's going to make one extra another way. I don't know why it doesn't move one of the purple people. Far to the north, where snow blankets the landscape and wolves howl in the night, the chiefs plot to bring about the end of the world. Really, chiefs? Ragnarok. Praise Morgana. Initial talks with the ice giants are going so well that they've gifted us a new patch of fertile land in the northern valleys. Farming is now needful. The gods are good. With this, with luck, this will be the foundation of an alliance strong enough to rock the world. Aye, ice giants are a formidable ally, tall as a building and limbs like tree trunks, and those southerners don't know how to fight them like we do. But first, we must offer something the giants desire. A whole kingdom's worth of pillage? Just what I was thinking. If we fill the kingdom with bountiful goods and plunder, the giants won't be able to resist. For the next stage of this chief's scheme, they must raise other regions' trade to a combined total of 12 or more in 2 seasons. Wow, only 2 seasons to do this. Which is kind of interesting because that kind of, at least for the moment, works well with my goal. Yeah, back to stats. All right. Your Majesty, these upstarts are saying they have the right to your throne. No doubt the nobles are already scheming to crown their region's preferred claimant. Good night, Mel. We got red hot chilies. We got famous cuisine and a helping hand. I'll go yellow, purple, yellow. 3, 2, 1, bite! 2 nobles dangling bright red chili peppers over their tongues now chew ferociously at their respective vegetables. Ah! Urgh! Can't take it anymore. As Count Pod 5 Guys spits out his chili, the council hall erupts into cheers. Chief Awesome Chip's wealth has increased and Count Pod 5 Guy's wealth has decreased. Can someone please explain what's going on? Grandee Jack-Ack's famous red-hot Hazavian chilies. Where have you been all year, Your Highness? Hey, I've been trying to run a kingdom here. The chili craze is spreading all across the kingdom, Your Majesty. Nobles and commoners are competing to create the hottest chili on Celeste Oth. So far, Grandee Jack-Ack holds the crown. Let me try. We're competing growing, but also eating the peppers. As winner of the last round, I would be honored to face you. The Chancellor hands each of you a shriveled red thing that vaguely resembles a pepper, wishing you good luck. Alright. I'm biting it. You bite down on the pepper. The spice explosion is overwhelming, but you hold your nerve until Chief Awesome Chips finally cracks. Ha-ha! Cheers erupt as he spits out his chili. By the old gods, you have an iron tongue, Your Majesty. Well done. Your Honor, perhaps you'd like to sponsor my growing contest. I'm looking for the hottest chili in the land. The winner will receive a hefty cash prize. Or you could sponsor us chiefs. With the treasury support, we'd be sure to win. No, the king should sponsor us. We have the better chance and everyone knows it. Alright, will the crown take part in Grandee Jack-Ack's chili growing contest? Let's see. Start the voting. All right, voting is closed. Bow out of the contest and just see where it goes. The crown remains impartial, allowing a fair contest. Turns out to be a smashing success. In the end, Devon of the Counts comes out on top, producing a sickly-looking pepper that makes even Grandee Jack-Ack gasp for water. Bravo! What a diabolical spice. Truly malicious. Even without your involvement, new life is injected into ailing farms throughout the kingdom. Everyone gets farming. Peppers are the future of Hate cuisine. Northern chiefs swear by their new chili and turnip soup, while Eastern counts start adding chili to their lamb's blood wine. You see the money. All right, famous cuisine. Maybe it'll include some chilies. Countess Lorelei Curse comes to you bearing a covered tray. She uncovers it with a flourish. One of the chiefs at our new prison started serving this delicious baklava to the inmates, but it went down so well that now peasants are flocking from all over to try it. Your Majesty, would you like to try some? Absolutely. The layers of pastry are soaked in floral honey. It's so sweet that it makes your eyes water. She watches you expectantly. Delicious. Most pleasing. I'm delighted you enjoyed it. Trays of baklava are carted out and served to the assembled nobles. Many are enthusiastic, but Grandy 49 Story shakes his head in disgust. Dreadful! How can you bring this to us? It tastes like a musty tomb. How dare you! You insult the pride of the counts! Your Holiness, please, have this dreadful stuff taken away at once. Alright, should this Eastern delicacy be spread across the kingdom? We can choose A, promote the Eastern baklava as a national food. B, hire the original chef to work in the palace. Or C, leave it in the East where it belongs. So, I'm on cooldown for Monarch's vote. I'm going to veto hiring the chef. All right. Voting is closed. We're going to leave the baklava in the East where it belongs. In the East, defiance is now grumbling, and also trade is now dynamic, which is also a benefit to the chiefs who are trying to promote trade. And a benefit to me, who is trying to have a golden age. Still, bad feeling about you rejecting the baklava remains. Some counts even bring it to council sessions, snacking ostentatiously in front of you to make a point. some passive aggressive snacking. I like it. All right, a helping hand. Oh, it's my wife. She has something to ask me. What can I do for you? As you surely know, I run a very successful textile mill back home in the South. But the current laws are a little restrictive for my trade. Lots of tariffs and regulations, you know how it is. I was hoping you could push for some changes in the council. Eliminate some of the working regulations for southern textile mills, perhaps. You want me to give the South preferential treatment? I think it's only fair. The other regions just can't compete with us in the textile trade anyway. I'll assemble the council. We'll talk it out. All right, council. We can A, relax the safety standards in the southern textile mills. B, strengthen safety standards in the southern textile mills. Or C, do nothing. I'm going to do reverse voting. That'll be fun. Yeah, she sweet talked me. When Cordova bats those eyes at me, I just can't say no. All right, voting's in. We're going to relax the safety standards in the southern textile mills. Defiance is now grumbling in the north and insolent in the east. Trade in the south is opulent, and the treasury has increased to 2,300. I think the north's going to have a good chance of hitting their challenge. So far, there have been a lot of trade-related events. And yet I still have no heir. I know, I'm going to have to do something to sabotage him. All right, end the season. All right, it's auction time. So you guys can decide what you want to build for whatever it is that you want. I'm going to start the auction. So for whatever team you're in, you choose the building and then use the command bang fund and then the letter and then how much you want to put forward it. Another prison. And a grand bazaar. I hope we get some more trolls or something to visit these prisons. All right, the battle axe. About my heir. Yeah, let's find out about my heir. Your marriage to Cardosa has grown strong and steady, like an old castle wall. Though it began as a political arrangement, it's blossomed into something like love. It's high time you thought about an heir. Congratulations are in order. The royal wedding was a magnificent affair. Thank you. Your happiness isn't as important as fulfilling your duty to the kingdom, but I'm glad you've both found a way. I'm glad you found a way to have both. But something is missing. An heir. You need someone young whose loyalty is assured. A child of your own would do the trick, even if they're a bastard, or the youngest of your many cousins. I'm pretty sure I have a bastard child laying around somewhere. No, let's have a child. Adopt the bear. I like that idea. The traditional method. No one will object to that. I'll arrange for you to take a month off from ruling so that you can get down to business. All right. The battle axe. Let's see what that's about. Count Quarisy. Oh, he brought proof. How's this for proof? Count Quarisy slams a blood-stained battle axe into the council hall's central table, splitting the wood. Hey, that was mahogany. I was making a point. This axe is proof that I was telling the truth about Chief Noah's raids. This distinctly northern axe was left behind by one of her warriors. That could be anybody's axe. I could buy a dozen like it at the blacksmith down the street. So now you're accusing me of framing you? You asked for proof, and I got you proof. I demand the council act. All right. Our choices now are going to be A, arrest Chief Noah for theft and assault. B, order Chief Noah to pay Count Quarisy back in full. C, have them both arrested for being annoying. Or D, station troops along the northern eastern border to stop it from happening again. Let's see. Trying to decide if I want to use any of my laws on this one. I don't think I do. All right, voting is in. Sorry, you're lagging there, 49 stories. Have them both arrested for being annoying. How exquisite. Wait, did you say you arrest me as well? Ha! Looks like we're both going into the clink. I'll be taking the top bunk. All right, Noah and Quarisy get to be cellmates. You can't do this. I didn't do anything wrong. This makes a mockery of the law. The watch dragged the two feuding nobles off to the dungeon together. Chief Noah laughs the whole way while Count Quarisy kicks and screams. Chief Noah has been imprisoned, and his son has joined the, or daughter, I don't know, has joined the council. And same for Count Quarisy. All right. Legends Rising. My spy master says, you're aware of the ice giants, I hope. Brutish creatures that live in the frozen wastes beyond our northern borders. In a time before time, they ruled the north and kept people as slaves. The chiefs are willing to let bygones be bygones. They're forging an alliance with the giants to bring them down to bring down your kingdom. Ice Giants, that's worse than I thought. Or what are the Chiefs offering to those overgrown monsters? Or they're all mad. Let's see. Well, I know what the Chiefs were offering. They were going to make everyone wealthy, so there was a lot to pillage, right? But maybe I can offer them something more. Yeah, plunder. It's not often I say this, but the kingdom's strong economy is a problem. Even ice giants can sense such a lucrative opportunity. Can we take them in a fight? We haven't fought the giants in centuries. Only the chiefs know how, and they aren't likely to tell us. The two of them combined would be a formidable foe for even the most well-equipped army. Alright, what should be done about the ice giant threat? Send a tribute to the ice giants. Build a great wall along the northern border. Delay scheme for 1 season. Trust in the strength of our arms to defeat them. How much time left do they have in their scheme? Raise other regions' total trade by at least 12 by next season. What's the trade like? Trade's pretty high. Trade is pretty high. So they're going to have that. So maybe I don't know if delaying the scheme is going to, well, yeah, because they're going to hit it. So I don't know if our arms are going to defeat them. So I'm going to use a monarch's vote to send them tribute. Why are you saying veto A? Are you on the chief side? No, you're on the purple side. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I should either vote for A or veto C. All right, I'm going to vote for A. All right, looks like we're going to delay the scheme for 1 season. It'll buy you some time. Work on the so-called Jahandar's wall begins right away. There's no time to waste. All right, the Chiefs' stat goal will not be evaluated until the end of next season. All right, let's end the season. Planning an abduction. All right. Purple team wants to replace me with a doppelganger. In the darkest depths of the eastern forest, David has gathered their fellow plotters around a mossy stone obelisk. The kingdom's not exactly peaceful, but there is still no way we could stage the abduction of the king without being noticed. We need chaos, says Shiara. The Count's aim is to lower stability to 4 or less. Deep in the south, in the back garden of a sun-bleached villa, a number of grandees crowd around a figure raising their arms in a toast. Here's to the future King Balthasar and the golden age on the horizon. May the ninth god strike down the false king for his wickedness. Am I really that wicked? Come on, Satnel. Alright, soon the Inquisition will be complete, and the Archbishop will crown our claimant. What should be done with the king? Alright. So you guys can vote for what happens to me. Show mercy. You really want to show mercy. That's the nice thing to do, right? And you guys are nice. I mean, you got those cool nuns, and you're yellow, and that's cool. And you got chili peppers down there, right? Chili peppers are cool. I like those. And I married a wife from your region. That counts for something, right? Apparently not. Voting is closed. And they voted to burn me at the stake. All right. A glorious way to usher in the new king. The ninth god will surely be pleased. First, the current king's grip on the kingdom must be at an all-time low. We wouldn't want to face any backlash from our little fireworks show, would we? For the final stage of their scheme, the grandees must lower stability to 3 or less. Alright, the end game. At least one region has entered the final stage of their scheme. If they pass it, they'll win the game. There are some exceptions. If 2 or more regions pass a final scheme stage, the winner will be decided at random. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. So my job may be to try to encourage another team to actually hit their goal now. I'll have to think about that. 0 standings. If stability, authority, or treasury hit 0 and a final scheme stage passes at the same time, the scheme takes priority. Out with a bang, yep. Well, it said a winner is picked. Does that mean I am one of the possibilities that it could pick? Oh, well then you're right. Then in that case, I lose either way. I thought it would be like one of the kingdoms or me. If a rebellion ends with a rebellion win and a final scheme stage passes at the same time, the scheme takes priority. Okay. The monarch can only win in ambition events, which will appear after you've acquired an heir. All right. Well, let's be cruel to those chiefs, right? I know. I need to have the heir. I've been trying. So we have Lower the kingdom's stability to 3 or less. Oh, I thought the Chiefs were closer to their goal. Was I wrong about that? Oh, okay. I misunderstood. That does change how I... That's right. We did delay them. So it's actually the Grandees who are the ones that are close with their doppelganger scheme. So maybe I give them the cruel tax. Actually, it's the cows? I'm terrible. Yeah, they're both at the lower stability. So they have a shared goal. That's really, that's no good. So maybe I need to give both of them the cruel tax. Cannot be outvoted unless you veto carefully. What is purple's defiance? Purple's defiance is 7. Yeah, that is pretty high. Yeah, what was that rule about that? If their defiance hit some level, they could immediately choose to rebel. I don't know what the rebellion does for stability, but I imagine it's not good. Shia remembers. If defiance is greater than authority and defiance is greater than stability, we can rebel. So defiance is greater than authority. What's my authority? 5. Yeah, my authority isn't all that high. And defiance is greater than stability. My stability is the same. So yeah, I want to lower your defiance by 1. That still leaves it close, but and how are the Grandees looking on defiance? They don't have hardly any defiance, so I can keep theirs up. All right. I think I'm good with that. Any of you nobles have more to say? See, not like I can use my money. Accounts can vote to rebel at the start of the season. Pick it out yourselves. It's a good move. Time to find out. And wow. All right. It is. This is why I'm going to be burning at the stake. It's never be the king. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. All right. Defiance is now mutinous in the east. Continue to the rebellion report. 1 or more regions are able to rebel as their defiance stat is higher than both authority and stability. If the rebels get more victory points than the loyalists, they'll win the game. If the loyalists get more victory points than the rebels, they'll put down the rebellion and continue the game. If multiple regions rebel and win, a vote between the 2 rebelling regions with the highest stats will determine the successor. Interesting. Important. Rebelling regions have their schemes paused. Regions with a high military stat are more likely to overthrow the monarch with a rebellion. If stability, authority, or treasury hit 0, the rebels will win the civil war. All right, defiance is too high, and one or more regions are considering rebellion. Rebellion will stop the region from advancing their scheme, and they can't be taxed or take part in normal votes. Okay, I didn't know the voting part. All right, so chiefs can't start a rebellion because their defiance is too low. Purple's on the verge of rebellion, and the grandees can't yet start a rebellion. So let's end the season. Let's find out about this exotic plant. Count Quarisi II strides into the council chamber, brandishing a clay pot from which grows a long leafy plant with floppy yellow flowers. Our expert farmers have discovered a new kind of plant, Your Majesty. I thought you might like to name this exciting new discovery. Planty McPlantface. It's a great name. Descriptive. I like it. This stuff grows wonderfully fast. It tastes horrible, but the farm animals don't mind. I suggest we grow it in the east as livestock feed. Perhaps it would make a nice addition to the palace decor. All right, what should be done with the newly discovered plant? A. Seize the Planty McPlantface crop from the counts and plant it in the palace. That'll increase the wealth. And defiance. Cultivated in the east. Or ban the crop. It could be dangerous. Okay. Let's see. All right, voting is in. We're gonna seize the Planty McPlantface crop from the counts and plant it in the palace. Not all counts are happy about their Planty McPlantface being uprooted and put in the capital, but Count Quarisi II is grateful for the cash. Meanwhile, Planty McPlantface quickly establishes itself in your greenhouses, along your walls, and occasionally creeping into your windows. Let's head down south. An opportunity, Your Highness. A Kurth ship sunk last week just off our coast. I request permission to salvage the wreckage. Kurth vessels are always full of valuable things. Wait. It might be off your coast, but it's in our waters, says Kinji, Chief Snapdragon. By the old gods. In fact, it's closer to our city of Birgit than any of yours. Grandy 49 Stories says, but you ceded those waters years ago in exchange for a chest of silver. You were having money problems. Your Majesty, esteemed council, don't let this liar fool you. Oh yeah, I will, you guys can't see the rebel vote? Let's see. All right, the votes: A, allow the grandees to salvage the ship. B, allow the chiefs to salvage the ship. C, salvage the ship but return any bounty to Kurth. Or D, leave the wreck alone. Let's see. I think I will let it go. Voting's tied at 4. So, allow the grandees to salvage the ship, or salvage the ship but return any bounty to Kurth. I don't want more defiance. Kurth is the blue guys. Oh, is it a different country? I thought it was, for some reason, I thought it was, oh, that's right, because it was the blue guys that were complaining that it was in their, gotcha, okay. So, I don't want to increase the defiance, so I'm going to allow them to salvage the ship. Allow the grandees to salvage the ship. The council's word is final, isn't it? Operation goes ahead and yields a great bounty for the grandees, spices from Atesh, Salish pearls, and a strange music box that sends everyone to sleep. All right, so there's the, you guys can see the 3 have voted to rebel, led by Lorelei. I don't know if there's a better place to put me where I'm not going to be in the way. An old debt. Grandee, the Celtic Commando, says, "How do you expect me to take this seriously, you crack-brained simpleton?" Chief Noah says, "Shut your daft mouth and give me what I'm owed, you honorless dog." Calm down, both of you. This pimple-headed lackwit expects me to pay her a huge quantity of gold because her great-great-grandfather beat my great-great-grandfather in a foot race. Yeah, I guess this isn't a good place for me either. I forgot about the text. I don't know where I'm supposed to be. Maybe I make myself smaller. Hide myself up here. Now. A debt is owed. Yeah. Whoops. I moved the game. No, I just fly around the map. Just unwanted everywhere. I can't even find a corner to be. No one likes the king. Your Greatness, I only recently discovered this debt while combing through my ancestors' journal. Honor dictates that Grandy, the Celtic commando, is liable for his ancestors' debt. By the 9th, this is ludicrous. I demand we put this to a vote. Alright, what should we do? A. Order Grandy, the Celtic commando, to pay his debt. B. Cancel the debt, it's too old to matter. Or C. Order Grandy, the Celtic commando, to pay his debt plus 2 centuries of interest. We're going to do reverse voting. All right, votes are in. We're going to cancel the debt. It's too old to matter. Does nobody care about honor anymore? All right, end of season. I think we're about to have our rebellion, huh? Back in the north, Chief Nakatak II is hosting yet another feast at his clan hall. Mead is being passed around in good measure, and some chiefs are dancing on the tables. This can only mean 2 things: really good news or really bad news. Noah, pass me the drink, you old lout. I'm drinking until my ancestors feel it. Were those ice giants I saw on my way to your lands? Have we really done it? Yes, your eyes don't deceive you, lass. They'll be marching with us come the morrow, and by Grahala's beard did they come out in force. We must have really impressed them with our reports of the kingdom's bounty. The gods are good, but what happens after the ice giants march? Acts of my ancestors, I hadn't thought about that. Someone fetch me another drink and then assemble the other chiefs. Quickly, damn you. All right, chiefs, time for you to vote. Should you A, let the ice giants fight alone and swoop into the kingdom's rescue? Or B, march with the giants and devastate the kingdom? All right, looks like the votes are in from the Chiefs. Let the ice giants fight alone and swoop into the kingdom's quote-unquote rescue. Devious, brilliantly so. Why, it's almost dishonorable. Don't get too excited. The king must be too weak to mount a response. If all the regions united, the giants could be thrown back into the north with ease. Oh, gods! Can't a man enjoy his drink without being warned about consequences or plans for 5 minutes? For the final stage of their scheme, the chiefs must lower authority to 3 or less. Currently, authority is at 5. End of the year. Time for a new law. You could do anonymous voting. How nobles choose to vote is hidden from my view. Unity, +1 stability. Or swing votes. After voting, nobles can change their minds and vote for a different option. That's interesting. But I'm not going to give you that option. I'm going to keep it like it is. All right, the kingdom is in rebellion. The first side to earn 5 victory points will win. Victory points are earned through events. If the rebels are victorious, the monarch is overthrown. All right, so we got the rebels are in purple and the loyalists blue and yellow. Loyalists, we know it. They got their own schemes. This is a call. The purple is trying to get the chiefs to join in. I'll let them decide what they want to do. End of the year. All right, looks like there's an event for rebellion. I guess I'll save that one for last. Palatial planting. The Planty McPlant face in the royal palace has taken on a life of its own since its planting, sometimes curling around the arms of your throne. At least it's something nice to look at when you're under stress. In fact, the scent of the blooms gives you and the palace staff a great deal of energy in these troubled times. What could go wrong? Well, that was easy. I didn't have to make any choices or anything like that. All right, opening strike. All right, Countess Lorelei says, it's been a long time coming. Over 300 years ago, the East was conquered. But before that, we were our own rulers, with a lineage of monarchs stretching back 1,000 years. The glory days. Indeed, that's why we must rise up. By placing Dimitri on the throne, we will reclaim what we have lost. But first, we must decide on tactics. My fellow counts, I ask you, how shall we strike first? We can launch a preemptive strike against the grandees to cripple their military capabilities. If we suspect the chiefs may join our cause, we can call them to war. They'll be more likely to join us if the king's authority is low. We could also call upon the church to condemn the king, or finally, you could send off an assassin to nip this in the bud. All right, what should be the count's opening move? This is for the counts to decide. All right, votes are in. Call upon the chiefs to join our cause. The counts smuggle a secret message to the chiefs. Brave chiefs of the north, too long have you suffered under the yoke of the crown's tyranny. The king refuses to acknowledge your faith. Come, join us in war! War! She speaks truly. Why did we never think of things this way? The chiefs are emboldened by the call to rebellion. Of course, they can only act on it if their defiance is high enough. All right. Rebellion. At long last, the counts have reached their boiling point. You are confronted in your throne room by Contin Mountain Ash Tree. Their smile is sharp as a scalpel. The counts of the East will bring you down, pretender to the throne. We will rise up and fight for Dimitri, the true monarch. This is a formal declaration of war. The next time we see each other will be on the battlefield. Alright, I can say, seize them, or one day I'll see your head on a spike. Well, at this point, what do I care what their defiance is, right? But this one I lose stability, and this one I lose authority. So, what do I need? Which one is the least bad to lose? Yeah, they're both kind of equally bad. Alright. Ragnarok wants me to lose authority. Purple wants me to lose stability. Yellow also wants me to lose stability. Purple is closer to, or yellow is closer to getting there. Boy, this is really just not, there's not really a good choice here, is there? Well, and it's going to lower it right to 3 or less, too. That'll give them the option to rebel. Oh, I thought they needed the... They did complete their stage 3. Yeah, I'm kind of damned either way. Stability. That one lowers theirs. I do need a bear air. Let's talk wheeling and dealing. Depending on who I pick, which one of you is not going to burn me at the stake? It's a question. I don't want to burn at the stake. Chiefs, make me an offer. Loyalist. Yeah, I've seen your scheming. Scheming to... Nax says they promise no burning of kings. That's a good offer. That's more than the witches in the south were offering. All right, I'm gonna rely on the mercy of Count Knack. Make sure I'm doing the right one. Authority and lower authority. Well, at least I'll get to see a nice, cute, fluffy bear if I get eaten alive. That's better than being burnt. I don't get to see anything cute or fluffy. There will be many heads on spikes before this war is over. Mine will not be among them. Count Mountain Ash Tree strides from your throne room without looking back. I didn't expect them to move so boldly, Your Majesty. What are our chances against the rebels? The counts are formidable, but not undefeatable. I hope they don't persuade any other regions to join the rebellion. That would be disastrous. How did things get this bad? The leader of the rebellion is Countess Lorelei. As reason for the uprising, she's citing your past transgressions, mainly arresting Quarrycy after you complained about the northern raids. Hey, that was a vote. Is it too late to apologize? It is. Now's the time for swords, not words. The kingdom is divided. There will be a lot of death and suffering before all this is over. Time to dig out the trebuchets. Yeah, I noticed that carrying around that skull. All right, Chiefs are. If you can see there. End season. I don't know why I never get to have an heir. Continue to the rebellion report. That's true. All right. Ragnarok. It's another day of poring over maps and battle plans with your marshal. It's hard to remember the last time you did anything else. And yet, just when you thought things couldn't get any worse, Your Majesty, you won't believe this. I can choose less stability, or less stability. Let me guess, Ice Giants? She stares at you blankly. Yes. Ice Giants. They've entered the Crownlands just last night, according to my scouts. And the chiefs, they've abandoned us. It must have been their plan all along. Then we are lost. Perhaps. But there is one path that remains. Countess Lorelei and the rebels may just agree to a truce. If we're invaded by the Ice Giants, there won't be a kingdom left for anyone. Ooh. I could say I'll not parlay with traitors. Less farming, less military, less trade. Or we'll send our best diplomats. We'll send some diplomats, see what they say. The next week is in agony. Every second you spend waiting for Countess Lorelei to arrive, the giants cause more damage to the capital. Nevertheless, you are patient. When the counts finally arrive, they bring a whole battalion, clearly fearing a ruse. I'm surprised you came calling for us. You must be desperate. You can't have my kingdom. You have nothing else to bargain with, Your Highness. If you decline, I walk. Over my dead body. More than a few hands reach for weapons as you say the words. Just as it looks like a fight will break out, A horn sounds in the distance. All heads in the room swivel towards the source of the noise. Someone is outside the walls. Everyone rushes outside, all previous hatred forgotten, and is greeted by an extraordinary sight. Giants are outside your walls, and they have already demolished any soldiers they see. Countess Lorelai's mouth opens in stunned silence as she realizes her army has been decimated. With nothing but a scattered contingent of the Watch left to defend them, the capital walls crumble like paper. Giants kick down gates and pluck soldiers off battlements with their fingers. All is lost, Your Majesty. I have failed you. All right, it's fine. I'll face my death with dignity. She salutes you sternly. It was an honor, my king. But before you can fetch your sword and army, your chief architect rushes in, clearly out of breath. Your Majesty, the chiefs, they've come to save us. My beautiful ramparts will live to see another day. He collapses into a heap on the stone floor. You rush out of the palace with your honor guard in tow to see for yourself. Climbing to the outer battlements, you're met by an incredible sight. The giants are fighting with their backs to you. They're fighting your watch. They're fighting a horde of battle-painted northern warriors. Yeah, we know that this is all a ruse, but, what do we say? I could choose less military, or less military. What kind of timing do you call this? Suspicious timing. You receive no answer from the chiefs. They're all a bit preoccupied. The battle is quick and bloody. The giants are slaughtered, but not without inflicting heavy casualties on the chief's forces. You meet them at the now open gates, where you find Chief Knack drenched in blood and grinning like a saber-tooth. Your greatness, what a glorious battle. Lucky we turned up when we did, huh? Yes, very convenient. And for your people here in the city, I'm sure they'll be mighty grateful. We did just save their lives. Yes, saved them. I saved them from the giants and from the grip of a weak ruler. None of this would have been necessary if you'd held the monsters back like a proper king. Just thinking aloud, maybe it's time someone else took over. Someone who doesn't buckle at the sight of a few lumbering giants. Your shoulders shift nervously as you notice the northern warriors encircling you. Their faces are twisted into bloody snarls. What do you think, Your Majesty? I know a certain chief who'd be happy to take the burden off you. Valeda, as her name is. It's true. I could use some battle nuns right about now. I think you can go to hell. I got a 65%. Hopefully, is that a 65% of you going to hell? Probably not. But I'm going to take the chance. Chief Knack snarls, and before you know it, an axe is flying at your face. It all happens so fast, you barely have time to process it. You tell yourself to duck, but it's too late. By the time the thought has entered your mind, the axe isn't far behind. Challenge failed. Chief Knack's axe is brought a chapter of history to a close. Historians write that ice giants, not traitors, slew King Jahandar. The counts, led by Lorelai, launched a rebellion that accomplished nothing besides distracting the king, while cunning schemers took the throne. The grandees continued to throw accusations of witchcraft and heresy at their enemies. Everyone gradually learned to ignore them. Once the war with the ice giants was won, the chiefs were heralded as saviors of the kingdom. Valeda was crowned amid much pomp and ceremony. Any whispers that the chiefs had arranged the giants' attack were squashed with extreme prejudice. Endgame Ledger. King Jahandar, Iron Tongue. My poor reign lasted 2 months, 2 years and 3 months. The wealthiest noble was Kinji Snapdragon with 3,050. The poorest noble was old Jackak with 300. Although he did finance some buildings, if I remember right. So maybe that money went to good use. In the kingdom, There's your stats. There's like there's a 0 there. My treasury was left with 2,100. All right. Well, I will end it there. I guess I should pass on the raid, huh? I don't want to. I don't want to be the one to end the streak. Does anyone have someone they recommend that preferably playing the same game? Since I know that a couple of people have been following it along. Yeah, I don't know if there's anyone else playing or not, but we'll find out.
Oh my God! Listen, we can't.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone else is playing this. Are there any other similar games, maybe, or any other recommendations? Well, the train may end here. I'll send it off to somebody. Pick somebody just kind of at random here. Gotta wait for these ads to finish so I can see what they're actually playing and make sure it's not like somebody AFK. What was that game? Maybe like a Crusader Kings game or something like that would be good. That's kind of in the same vein, right? Or New World? Not New World. Old World. One was the MMO. The other one was a 4X game. Yeah, I'm mixing up games. I didn't look like anyone's playing Old World. But people are playing Crusader Kings. I'll send off to somebody. Alright. We'll find... there's a streamer called Eloquent. I'm going to send it off to her. Good night, everyone. Yeah, it was fun. All right, I'm ending my stream. Later, everyone.